What's your biggest flex?
I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but like I'm really pretty. A lot of people just like want to talk to me. Hey. Shit.
Guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. I didn't know how to title this video, but in reality, in many ways, it's kind of true. This is not directly Jordan Peterson's replacement, but as you know, they're trying to remove his license for saying things that the Canadian government or the psychiatric, whatever, board in Canada disagrees with. But in the same token, you're having women that are basically professional ladies of the night, calling themselves a therapist, selling themselves in many different ways, shapes, and forms, and they're allowed to continue practicing. And when you start thinking about it, you realize, you know what? We're in a lot of trouble if this is kind of how society's heading and where we're going with this stuff. You know, we're really slipping into like loony land. There's no better way to describe this stuff. We're going crazy where we're removing the people that are actually genuine scientists and genuine financial experts and genuine psychologists or psychiatrists in his case. I don't remember if he can dole out medication or not, so psychiatrists or psychologists. And we're replacing them with crazy people. You know, we're getting rid of the people that actually know what they're doing, and the people that are graduating college with worthless degrees are making new job positions in these companies so they have a job to do. That's literally what they're doing with like this diversity stuff and everything else. From the Canadian court, from Fox News, Canadian court upholds Jordan Peterson forced to undergo social media training over controversial posts. Now, what were his controversial posts? One was a cover of a ladies' magazine, and it's like, I don't know, I don't remember, but it was something like, "This is healthy," and he's like, no, this is not healthy, and no matter what you say, you can't convince anybody that it's healthy or beautiful or something along those lines. He's generated controversy in recent years with several posts calling out the transition ideology, politicians, other topics, and then he got called out for saying something about Ellie Page. And he said, all he said was, "Remember when pride was a sin." And the fact is that, again, it's like if you take all the people that are sane and label them crazy, and all the crazy people are the ones you're saying are the sane ones, pretty soon you're just going to have a society that's filled with crazy people. I mean, at least from the top down. And the sane people are going to say, "I'm not going to listen to you anymore." How many of you over the past 2 or 3 years went, "Wow, my thoughts on politics, on the science, on you know, all the various government bodies that are out there, wow, has my world changed in the last 3 or 4 years?" I think a lot of people have woken up to that and said, wow, apparently stupid people are in charge and they lie to us, and then when you realize they're lying, they call you stupid. And it's kind of like, really? Here's what they said about the model. The same year, Peterson also trashed Sports Illustrated for featuring a plus-size model on its May cover, posting, "Sorry, not beautiful." And no amount of authoritarian tolerance is going to change that. That's pretty based. They say for those posts and similar ones, the college's psychologist ordered Peterson to undergo the training. It stated that if he refused, he could lose his psychology license. And I think they're going to charge him, something like $30,000 for him to complete the training. So really what it is it's like, hey, you're going to have a struggle session with us. You're going to give us $30,000, and then we'll decide if you can keep your license. That's where we are on that. And then on the flip side, this is from the New York Post. I'm a sex therapist. I sleep with clients to save marriages. Now, maybe she doesn't have a license. So there's no license to lose. But that's kind of the point, isn't it? Let me mute this so it doesn't blare music. That's kind of the point.
Erotic professional, a 15.
Okay, so there's no cringe music over this, so I can actually play it. That's kind of the point, isn't it? that we allow people like this to call themselves any sort of therapist, and basically she sleeps with dudes or sleeps with patients.
Hi, I'm Olivia Bentley, world-class erotic professional of 15 years in the sex industry, porn star, and intimacy coach and educator for couples and men. I have a master's degree in education, and I'm also a fitness competitor and influencer.
So basically, it's like I have a master's degree, and I'm a professional lady of the night. That's what she just said, basically.
I have combined all three talents to help you achieve the best sex of your lives. One question that I get that's very popular is what types of exercises are helpful in the bedroom?
Okay, we don't need to hear any more of that. At first I thought they had doctored her face a little bit for her photos, and you'll see the photos down below. Her face it looks like she's had so many fillers in it that it kind of looks puffy and soft. I'll say this though, I mean, she's athletic, she works out, but it gives her kind of this manly thing where her hands look bigger than mine. I have a button for that here somewhere. Right here.
This time we are sure she's a woman, right?
That's kind of what it makes you think of. Therapist Olivia Bentley takes a hands-on approach with her clients by sleeping with them. I've saved marriages, the Boise, Idaho native told Kennedy News, calling her work life-changing. I guess if there's a married dude that hasn't slept with his wife in several years, or she's gotten overweight, or she's always complaining at him and making his life miserable, and then he goes in and has her blow his mind. I guess he could maybe say it was a little bit life-changing. I get physically involved with a majority of people I see. I think that's part of the appeal. Well, of course it is. But you see how her face looks blurry? Like, I don't know if you can tell or not. Her face looks blurry, but in the video it looked blurry too. Now, don't get me wrong, she's in very good shape, and it looks like her jubilees are very fake, because they, bobsicles are globs of fat, basically, and if you have extremely low body fat, you're usually not stacked very much in the chest. And it looks like up here she's got that real hard, firm crease in the cleavage. So they're definitely not real. She's a veteran worker who has spent 15 years in the industry. How much pipe has been laid in this woman, this quote unquote therapist? She claims that women have asked her to demo various acts on their husbands, while some wives grant their eager husbands a hall pass to pay Bentley a visit. What do you bet those women are like? Okay, I gave you a hall pass, just so you know, I'm sleeping with my coworker Jim. Like, I'm pretty sure these women, they're not in a happy marriage if they're just letting their husband go out and sleep with Miss Stacked a lot over here. Some ladies say I don't always want to be involved in this, but I want to know who you are. I want to approve of you, and I'm going to let him come and see you, said the 46-year-old intimacy educator who earns $500,000 a year for her services. So not only is she getting paid for the old in and out, but she's getting paid for the quote-unquote therapy of it all. Man, has she figured out how to gyp the system. She sees 10 clients per week. Yeah, I bet she does. That's a lot of money. I'll say this, at least she's in good shape. Like, for me, the hypermuscular, low body fat thing doesn't really do much for me. But I'll say this, she's not some fat slob. At least she takes care of herself. Now that's not to say that she doesn't have 17 different STIs, and you sleep with her, it's like sticking your wanker in a bowl of a Petri dish. She says, I'm very affectionate physically and emotionally towards the wife always. She's feeling very good. The mood is elevated. Oh, so maybe what's happening is the guys doing the old in and out while the wife watches and she gives them instructions. I mean, I don't know, but this is, they write a puff piece on this lady, right? They write a puff piece on her, and it's kind of like, hey, this is awesome and it's great, but Jordan Peterson, because he called somebody fat and he made fun of somebody else that was a woman and is now quote unquote a man. They want him to pay $30,000. Maybe Jordan can talk to her and they maybe open a doctor's office together. She can pay the $30,000 fine for him and he can go through his quote unquote re-education training. Then they have an office together, and then the men and women can come see her for their actual physical release, and then they'll come to him to actually fix their emotional and mental problems. Like we're in just such a weird place right now as far as everything goes. All right, for you guys here on YouTube, I'm going to go do a dating profile of the day over on Locals. So hop over there, check it out. Please become a supporter today. It's $5 a month, less than a pumpkin spice latte that Becky likes to order at Starbucks. For less than that, you can support me for a month over on Locals. I'd appreciate it if you did. And for those on YouTube, we'll see you in the next one.